3, 2, 1.
今夜もミュージック君へのラッキー笑い合って抱き合って幸せにほらなれるように
Hey, Vindy, you want to know a funny little tidbit?
Sure, tell me.
So, you know Shiba Tatsuya, he's like the main character's fucking show, right?
I love Gun Jesus. Yes, sir.
like the dude, the guy who makes the guns, right? Or
Yeah.
the tech, yeah.
The Taurus demon, yeah.
Taurus Silver, right?
Yeah, the Taurus demon.
Yeah. Look at the first two letters of both.
Oh my god.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Is it ta because guns go gra-ta-ta-ta?
No, it's TS and ST. They just flipped his fucking initials around. And it's also the initials of the fucking writer of the story.
Oh my god! Wait, did you just say that to me?
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's
Okay, that's
so
officially the
dumb.
best thing about the show.
I can't believe Mahouka's a 10 now. Oh my god.
Oh, so
That's
hello.
intentional then, right? Like that's like this the guy writing this wants to fucking sister, right? Like that's what fucking asking this.
Well, wait, are this initials ST or are they actually she ta? Which is
No, it's just
Okay.
ST. It's ST.
Okay.
And it is
Oh.
intentional. It's super intentional.
What if it
and
was?
you can't
Dude, somebody find out if this guy has a sister. I'm worried for her. No. Don't find out if he has. Find out if he had a sister who disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey guys, writer of Mahouka here. I don't know much about incest, so let's talk about it.
Dude, I'm ready to get wild with it. After that pom-pom, dude.
More importantly, what are we talking about next time? I know because it's my pick. We're
hello,
reading.
Craftsdwarf.
Yeah.
We're reading Bloom Into You.
Oh,
It's my
yeah.
pick. Vindy's already read it. I haven't touched it.
Lesbians.
That's all I know about it. And
Ladies.
yeah.
Lady on lady.
Sex.
Lady on lady.
So, I mean, I think we should just say right now, this show fucking blows.
Oh, okay, so
Let's just, before we start, jokingly jerking off this show and how good it is.
well,
and
what
quote,
show is it, Vinny? What show is it?
We're talking about the irregular at Magic High School, Mahouka.
Or Mahouka Koukou no
The
Rettousei.
series and the movie, but because we're priming up
Yeah.
for season 2 because
Although-
what is the
although,
worst
wait.
piece of fucking shit, and we're not fucking done with the show. We're gonna have to talk about it for 3 fucking months minimum.
No. I found out some bullshit, by the way, about the movie. Oh my god. It's like next level fuckery. But we'll get to that in spoilers.
You're playing alone without any knowledge. Just watching it isn't already some high level fuckery.
No. I'll explain what the movie does. That is something else. Okay, I'll just say it now. The movie skipped 2 light novels. Like, the anime ends, and then there are 2 light novels, and then there's the light novel the movie adapted. That, like, Angelina girl,
I was
she's
wondering why
supposed
the
to have
fuck-
shown up. You are supposed to know who she is.
Because I was wondering, like, the characters were acting like we knew this person. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Why?
I found it when I was looking up I was looking up some stuff, and, like, it just straight said that, like, it skipped 2 light novels and then adapted the movie light novel. So, presumably, the start of season 2 is gonna adapt
So the
stuff
start. Oh my
after
god.
season 1, and then just either skip the movie or readapt the movie.
God, you know what? High level,
Oh my God.
high level adaptation skills. God of High School could never.
What is this, Monogatari?
What is this? A good show? Yes, it is. It's
Okay,
very
yeah,
good.
I mean, we should just clear the air. This show blows cock. It's not good.
It blows
Okay,
my
yeah,
cock
see,
when
and they're gonna make the
jacket
haha.
it.
It's ironically good jokes, but I'm gonna be the old killjoy and just I'm like, there's no joy.
It blows
I hate
it blows
It's-
cock
like,
when
let's
I
put
have
this
it when I
way.
have mine in my hand the entire time I'm watching. I'm like, yeah.
Well, yeah, the cute girls are the only good thing about the show. But I legitimately can say, like, I think I enjoyed Magia Record more, because at least Magia Record was, like, had cool stuff going on as an adaptation, even if the source material was garbage. Like, it was visually cool, where Mahouka, like, there was only...
Mahouka's not visually cool, bro?
There's, like, 1 or 2 moments that I can talk about that are visually cool.
Man, I can think of some visually cool things happen in this show. You know, there's two in the front, 2 in the back of every female in the show.
And, like, the only thing I hate that, because I've had this 5 out of 10 streak going since BNA, and then this is finally the show that breaks it, and it's fucking Mahouka. And I want to shoot myself with his fucking magic gun that makes you fucking disintegrate, like, you just die instantly.
Make me come. I wish I was that gun. So, anyone here, here's the thing. For anyone who still follows the meme of Unga Boonga Kirito's the most overpowered character out of anime. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. You don't know what true art is until you watch Mahouka Koukou.
But he might just be the sex. I mean, what?
What? I mean, you're right. Have you seen Gun Gale Online?
Vindy, you don't look like anyone's sister.
This show has incest.
You know what I respect about the incest in this show over SAO's, I will say? SAO does they're cousins and it's only her that thinks that, so it's okay. This show just goes full force.
Hey,
the brother and the sister want to and do just bone on the regular.
Hey, Craftsdwarf, come here for a second.
Yeah, what's up?
He said he respects that shit?
Yeah, I know.
No, but I've talked to Craftsdwarf about it. Here's what I respect about it, right?
Oh my God.
And here's what I respect. Not the actual idea of incest or whatever. I respect when someone who wants to make a story just says fuck social conventions and just kind of goes for it. You know?
Man, I can't believe you advocate for lolly hentai, dude. That's crazy.
At least this Chad MC solves the genetic.
No. We'll get to that in spoilers. Okay. because
he goes about it in kingly ways.
Look, listen, fellas, listen. Mahouka Koukou no Rettousei invented storytelling. It invented artistry. It invented power levels. It invented magic also. You know, Mahouka Koukou no Rettousei, aka The Irregular Magic Highschool, is a story about in the future when wizards are actually technological or something, and the wizards, you know, with science, and there's a high school, and the high school's ruled by a class system. You're either a bloom or a weed, because if you're a weed, you don't use magic correctly, and you're useless to society because all the wizards are actually like politicians' kids or something, and they're really cool boys, they're really powerful. So,
Look, okay, can I talk about something in the show really quickly? Can I just go off about some shit that, like, when I first saw kind of changed my life?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna start this on this side tangent and then I'll bring it back around just so you guys
Yeah.
For a long time, I have had these
You wanted to fuck your
recurring
sister.
dreams.
I agree.
I've
High
had
five.
these
1, 2, 3,
recurring
go.
dreams where, like, I am on a road with cars and I am just for like 6 years now. Just like I am running on a road.
Oh,
at
you're
the
gonna.
speed
Oh
of
my
cars.
God.
Okay. Like,
Yeah.
And it's like I run wherever I am going consistently, right? If it's to work, if it's to class, at college, if it was to high school during that time, I'm just running. I'm not in a car. So the first time I turned this fucking show on, and these motherfuckers stood in some like Mass Effect.
You better have a
relay,
screen cap.
and then just started sprinting down the road.
You better have
to
a screen
school.
cap.
I don't.
Do you have a screen?
No.
Get one right now.
Changed my life.
Get one right now, please.
Because, like, have you guys ever had like a recurring dream you have just shows up and it just like destroys you as a person? Because that's what happened to me.
Vindy. So here's the thing, guys. The reason why I say anyone who complains about overpowered characters has not seen Mahouka is because it's just not true. It's just not true. This man is the ultimate self-insert. He is this man. The main character
just beats the shit out of everyone in like 30 seconds.
Okay. See, the funny thing about Mahouka is that 90% of what makes it Omega Kino is spoilers. Because, I mean, from the first episode, we have him going to school, and his sister's like, "Big brother, Onisama,
Here, as
why?"
I'm going to look through.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me finish my thing. Onisama, they should be respecting you. They should know how powerful you are. And Big Chad, incest, xenophobic Jesus is like, "No, it is okay. I am not that powerful. I am a humble boy. I will not. I will stoop to the level of these mere humans." And she's like, "Oh, Oni-sama, you're so gracious, so kind. Your cock is so large." and then this, and then the show.
Here, they're running to school. I literally have had dreams of doing this for like 6 years. Watching this show fundamentally changed me as a human being.
Vindy, are you forgetting? Is this before or after the scene where
this is episode 1, dude. Both
No.
episode 1.
No. This is before or after they go to their ninja lessons in the morning.
No, I think the ninja lessons are after this.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, because they had like a nice little breakfast. They were basically fucking making out, and then all of a sudden they were going to fucking ninja lessons. This man has ninja lessons, right? Like they don't even bother starting with like, "Oh man, let's underestimate this guy's power." My man has ninja lessons at the beginning of the day, goes in, and then immediately it's like,
God, I wish I had morning ninja lessons, if I'm being honest.
All the other like blooms. Okay, so they're going to First Academy, the best magic academy in the nation, and then like they they have this system called Blooms and Weeds for the talented and the not so talented. Tatsuya's not so talented. They really want to tell us that they classify him as not talented when he's really secretly a ninja man. So then like so then like they go there, and the entire time everybody's like, "Wow, look at that girl with the long black hair. She's so hot. Why is she hanging out with that dirty weed? He sucks. I hate him. He's terrible. And then like the show ends with like this random dude like picking on women or something, and he's like, "Hey, let me pick on those women." And then Chad incest Jesus is like, "No, you will not pick on the women as long as I am here." And then the girls are like, "Oh my god, hero to all women." And then the show ends with that episode. That episode ends. That's how the first episode goes. It's kind of Chadly, kind of base.
I love when he like turns off the lights and then beats everyone up before the lights come back on.
There's so much. Look, this is why like I can't go off on this show without going to spoilers, because like everything is a spoiler. I'm like, because like everything I have to make fun of it about is a spoiler, because the first episode's literally, this show is at the same time boring as fuck but also hilarious to laugh at. You could watch this show at 2 times speed and like actually you don't like miss any information because it's just that slow. But it's so funny regardless, because what's happening is the dumbest shit you could possibly have. It's great. I love it. It's so funny.
Okay, so I need to step in, because what like you hear that like, "Oh wow, this is so wacky and crazy." It's not.
Oh
Between the first episode and the movie, I have literally seen like 3 or 4 things that I would classify as more like interesting
How many of
and
them are
weird and
fan
wacky.
fiction?
0. I'm Kinnikuman,
okay.
Masters of Martial Art, Records of Ragnarok, like all have cooler, crazier shit going on. This was just boring. This was the Look, I'm the dude who will see themes in fucking porn and be like, "Oh, neat storytelling," and this show gave me nothing. This is the most nothing show. This is the most nothing thing I have seen. Like they're like, "Oh, shut the fuck up." What? You're like, "Oh, it's so crazy. It's so wet." No, it's just fucking boring.
God, Vindy, you hear this, man? He said there's no themes. Obviously, this show is about like, not underestimating those based off of their appearance or their status. It's about not using humans as weapons. What? Fuck off, Naruto. Fuck off, Kishimoto, you war crime denier.
Did what just explain the themes of the series while making fun of Craftsdwarf? Because that's kind of rude, I think.
I was also just making fun of the fact that this show,
I think
the show
being
tries
really
to do that.
mean, and I don't much care for that.
Well, I don't even know. No, I'm not making fun of Craftsdwarf. I'm making fun of the show still. I cannot defending this for shit, dude. It's.
I'll defend it.
I mean, like, yeah, there's times where like there's a point, but also it's like like again, like like why are there action scenes if like the show isn't if it's not going to do anything with the like imagine being worse written than Kinnikuman, where like Kinnikuman will have fights that where there's a point to it, and the characters in Mahouka will just like fight, and it's like whatever, it doesn't matter.
Craftsdwarf.
I think.
Here's my question for you. There were fight scenes in this show?
I mean, I don't know if you, I would consider a fight something that has to take place between two people. I don't know if I'd call anything a fight. Like,
Fine,
it's
they're
kind of like
battles. God.
People get fucked up in this show, and there's no.
Look, like where I'll try to give like because I haven't read the light novels. Like maybe this is just a shitty like maybe the fact is like with Tatsuya his like because we had to discuss this with like visual novels, Vindy, where it's like they're so internal that there are just things you just do not grasp about the character in an anime adaptation.
They're
maybe like there's one
like
part where it's
cock.
like his power he can heal people, but he takes on like all their pain, so it's like he like heals somebody and he feels
God.
like 150 times the pain that person felt, and it's like
I love One Piece.
and then he doesn't fucking react. Okay, like he doesn't react, like we don't see it doesn't even fucking blink, like it doesn't sell you on what he's doing at all. But maybe it's there in the light novel, I don't know. Like
Craftsdwarf, you don't understand. It's because his emotions are gone. He doesn't express them because he's a hero who fights for all of us.
This is the worst voice you've ever done. What?
Remember
the
when
worst
he
voice.
fucking died?
No, okay, Vinny. You know what? Fuck it. I don't even care anymore.
Spoilers anymore.
I don't even care. No.
Spoilers.
Before spoilers.
I don't
Before we
care
go to
about
spoilers. Listen.
Don't
Before we go to
watch
spoilers.
this show.
No. Before we go to spoilers, watch this show. Watch this show.
Look, if you're going into expecting this like whack, like I was promised xenophobia. I didn't get any xenophobia. I was promised incest. Like I guess barely. Okay, they want to fuck. Okay, they don't fuck.
Craftsdwarf's watching this.
I want them to fuck.
He's
Let
got
them
a little
fuck.
Notepad, and it's like things I expect, right? And it's like xenophobia, and like xenophobia poggers, and
Goofy,
then, like,
wacky, over the top bullshit.
Incest Craigasm. And when those don't like happen, he starts
0 to
bawling,
10.
and
0
he
to
starts
10.
Crying. He's like, they didn't fuck those.
Yeah, no. Why didn't the little girl fuck her brother?
Oh. Also, there is 2 things I have to say about this show. Actually, no, 3 things actually.
3 cool things. Wow.
The first opening.
Yes.
Why did it have to be that good? Why is Rising Hope that good?
Because Lisa's very good.
And then it has like Grilletto, which is also pretty good. I think Grilletto is also a pretty good opening. I think one of the endings, Mirror, is also really good.
I think you're really good.
Also, the visuals, is it me? Or aren't they at the same time both sort of pretty, but also like the most boring thing you've ever set eyes on?
The visuals are too clean, and they feel like too manufactured.
Yeah, because like there's stuff in the show that looks good, but also it's just like really boring visually overall, and yeah, really slow. Because I assume it adapts 3 light novels, so we're dealing with the same amount of material adapted in Overlord in twice the episodes, and then a movie which adds another light novel into the mix. Good. So what the fuck?
Well, like it.
Well, because like a lot of that, it's talking an exposition about the magic system that where most of the rules exist to be broken, and like it's a very loose magic system, but with an explanation as if it's a hard magic system. Like I don't remember any time in which that mechanics actually became like important. They're not very well clarified. Where it's like there's all these things like casting speed and processing power. Like they bring up all these terms, and sometimes they say like, oh yeah, Tatsuya is not as good as some of the other people, but it never fucking matters. Like he could just do whatever he wants to whenever he needs to. So whatever.
Craftsdwarf, I think you're missing something here.
Craftsdwarf.
None of the magic system. You're saying a lot of terminology right now. Like magic system, casting speed. Here's the thing, Craftsdwarf. There is just one solution. Do you want to know how to be the strongest character in the show?
Have the same initials as the author? Question mark?
That true, but also have to be friends with the guy who's got the same initials as the author.
Oh, you're right. It is about friendship. Kino. Never mind. 10 out of 10. The show's about making connections. If you make connections with the right people, You know, you can fuck your sister in peace.
Okay, spoilers, please. That's rising home. We're not just rising, but you're still down here. Now, here we go, David.
What crying while reciting an opening theme is the most on-brand thing he's ever done. Just this time it's crying from pain instead of crying from Love Live.
I'm not crying, I'm laughing. Okay.
Yes, I can hear the tears.
I mean, crying while laughing and coming, you know, at the same time, all three.
Whoa.
Anyway. Craftsdwarf.
I'd NTR his sister.
Craftsdwarf.
I would NTR him too. She's not my sister.
So,
I don't have to solve genetic sequences.
This show, it is so obvious the writers like, yes, this is my OC. You know.
Well, no, does the guy have a sister? And
I don't know.
She mysteriously disappear? These questions need to be answered because
before he sends off the manuscripts, he's like, "Hey, little sis."
I'm legitimately worried about people's safety now.
Okay, don't say that. Don't say that. That's mean. We're being mean. We're being toxic. Anyway,
I mean, and like, yeah, to again, like, do what maybe he's doing this on purpose because he knows it'll sell.
You know what? If he is, he's actually a fucking genius.
I mean, yeah, if he wrote the entire thing just to sell and doesn't give a flying fuck.
Like, why did he put his sister in? Well, or emo's really popular. Let's add the sister and go all in with it and do the thing that they won't dare to do.
This show does... Listen, every single meme you could possibly do is in Mahouka.
That's why I'm saying this is actually potentially extremely Chadley. Because if he's not doing it because he wants to fuck his IRL sister and instead just wants to, like...
debate all the fucking otaku who are like...
kind of be a piece of shit. I mean... We got a
20D, like, intellectual on our head.
I'm not gonna say that he's the smartest person we've read anything from in the Weeb Club, because Minazuki exists, but he's easy number 2.
Look, did Minazuki solve the incest?
I'd put him at number 3 under whoever wrote the manga for Masters of Martial Art.
Well...
Because it's actually, like,
dare
I say Giga Brain? Dare I?
The difference, I feel, like, look, this show, like, there's a clear difference between, like, what this show is and, like, any Minazuki manga, right? Which is Minazuki does, like, the tropey bullshit, but then also makes that tropey bullshit have a meaning. This show is just a lot of the tropey bullshit, and I feel like it's just there to be there. Maybe,
the meaning just, I feel like, well, because, like, my thing, like, earlier I said, like, oh, the show is nothing, like, it's more that, like, just the meaning isn't really, like, explored in any, like, war, and people use as tools, like, that's what the movie was, where you but then it didn't really do anything with the fact, like, oh, Tatsuya is also, like, this tool of his family, and he's a soldier, like, he's being used, and he's saving these, like, rescuing the lolis, Loli hero, but it's, like, Then the movie, like, he saves the world and the movie just ends, and it's like it made me laugh because I'm just like, okay, like, he comes down and hugs his sister. He's got cancer because he got irradiated from the explosion, and the movie just ends, and I'm like, that was it. And then there was an after credit scene where the series starts with the race with the it's not really racism, it's more like a sort of like school based classism, whatever. But it's like he's a bloom now, like let's stop pretending that it was a thing after the first light novel. Like it didn't matter. It barely mattered there, and then it didn't matter after. And now he's just a bloom. Okay,
Craftsdwarf, it does matter. Silly Craftsdwarf.
Oh my god, he's a bloom into you.
Oh my fucking god.
I want to bloom into a sister anyway.
Same. Ready? 1, 2, 3, high five. Ready, go.
That was actually so phenomenally timed. Like, I heard those slaps at the same time. I would have thought y'all were in the same room. Like, I would have thought y'all were in the same room and actually just high-fived each other.
Craftsdwarf and Vindy, I'm telling you right now, I cannot watch this show without, like, just entering a catatonic state where just anything that happens on the screen is nothing but hilarious. It is the funniest thing Like, it's so funny. Like, I don't understand. Okay, listen. Okay, so this show, when it reveals that he's like it's every single episode has a revelation of just Tatsuya being just way more cool than he seems. Like, the fact that it starts off with him going to ninja training and him fighting the ninja master on equal ground, while his sister's just there on the side like, yes, look at him kick ass.
Well, like, because in the first novel, like, there was the one kendo girl who, like, that was where the whole conflict was, where she had all these skills that, but the system didn't and I wonder, I don't know enough about the Japanese schooling system. Like, maybe there's supposed to be a cultural thing I'm supposed to understand better, or even, I mean, because I kind of recognize it just with, like, school in general, because what school values, like, school doesn't value actual intelligence. It values your ability to regurgitate information and memorize things, and study and do a lot of work. Like, so, what the system, like, values versus what's actually, like, effective, like, that's obviously what it's doing with Tatsuya. And I was wondering, maybe the kendo girl's, like, a more extreme version of Tatsuya, because she, like, became a terrorist because she hated what the school valued. But then it just never really, like, because the thing with Tatsuya is, like, he's probably the one character I've seen in professional work that I would legitimately use my definition of the Mary Sue for, because, like, which I got from, like, TV Tropes had a bunch of pages, and so I kind of internalized it from years ago. And because what stood out to me is, like, there was an example of a Mary Sue trope where it's like the anti-Sue, where it's actually a really flawed character. Like, she's super clumsy and but then also everyone likes her, and so she's got, like, Sue-ish kind of qualities to them. And so sort of what I like, sort of what I sort of realized is basically a Mary Sue is kind of a character without a real meaningful conflict. Like, a lot of the common characters, like, they're just able to solve problems instantly and easily. And that's kind of what Tatsuya does. Like, I don't understand what his conflict as a character is.
Conflict for him.
He can't fuck his sister. I know.
Exactly. It's the main conflict in the entire story.
Inbred, yeah.
It's the entire conflict of the story.
So right, because like
he's so strong that, like, nothing can, like, stop him. His like, the school hates him for, like, 5 seconds, and then they love him because, like, people immediately start recognizing, like, he's actually a big dick Chad. Like, so it's like, I don't. It's just like it's just boring and shitty, and, like, God. I wasn't enjoying myself at all.
Every time I hear a meme about how Kirito's this, Kirito's that, I'm like, are you sure you guys are not watching Mahouka? Because something interesting happens. I told you I took a wonderful little deep dive into the wiki, right? I went into the
Shiba... Is that thing true, by the way, that he solves the genetic code?
See, well, I take it all with a grain of salt, unless the volumes are, like, easily available in English and not, like, from a like, because I don't know if people are taking it out of context or what. So but go ahead and say them anyway.
So anyway, I went and checked the Shiba Tatsuya relationships page on the thing. You want to know who was on the Shiba Tatsuya relationships page? Every single female character, and every single female character wants to fuck Tatsuya. Every single one.
Good. Except not good, because some of those girls sure want to fuck me instead. I'm looking at you, red-haired ponytail.
Erica. Look, man, Erica is really good.
No, she's cute. Like, well, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that saves the show from being not as bad as Ichigo 100%. Because Ichigo 100%, 0 cute girls. Mahouka, several cute girls.
Like, dude, she's so good. The only reason I'm not monkeying out more about her is because ReZero actually just had one of the best girls of all time show up recently, and I still have not gotten over that girl, and we saw her for at most a minute. So, I don't know what you want from me.
The girls in the show are made to be sexually harassed
by me
or me. Look, the glasses girl with the giant tits is made to be bullied.
I thought you were about to say meant to be bred, and I was going to say yes.
Why not? Well, look, the best parts of the show were in episode 1 where she was like, hey, Shiba Tatsuya, and she, like, bent down and her fucking titties, like, moved in Sakuga. And then the actual best part of the show was in, like, episode 21 where she fell and the dude grabbed her tits, and, like, they wilded out with the animation there. And legitimately, like,
all Sakuga in this show, honestly, went to fan service stuff. Which,
absolutely.
I mean, you know what? Fair enough. Like, you know,
podcast is problematic.
If you're gonna make me watch something with, like, bad writing and, like, no good characters,
podcast is very problematic.
At least make the tits look good, you know? At least give me something, right? Like, this show knew the geniuses making the show knew that this series had one thing to offer, and they went full into it, dude.
Yep. And like I said, those were the best moments of the entire series, hands down. Like
I own Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax for the PS3.
Okay.
You know who is a playable character in Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax?
His sister, right? Not him.
Yeah, and not him. He's a support character because they figured he's so powerful that they just couldn't, like, put it this way, Kirito is a playable character, and so is Asuna.
So is Lolly Basketball. So
I was about to say the exact same fucking thing. Vindy, high five.
Okay, 3.
Oh,
whatever. It's
he'll
fine.
sink it. Whatever.
You guys suck. Anyway, it's just like
I was taking a drink. I only had one free hand.
It is supremely hilarious. It is just so funny. It is the look. Okay, so it turns like by the first episode, he beats a dude by shooting him in such a way that the magic sound waves or some shit hits his inner ear and then makes him collapse or something.
God, I wish that were me.
Like, I don't even understand, like, what was it? Like, the reasoning why he's...
Or you talk about the, like, in one of the early episodes, like 1 or 2?
Like, it's episode 2 where he does
he like, shoots multiple waves of magic in, really quickly, and they're really small waves, so that's why he could do them successively, but he, measured them out so that they would all hit him at the same time, basically, so it created, as if it was one big wave that it couldn't normally cast.
So what is the reasoning why he's a weed again? It's like his magic output isn't as good as everybody else's.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the story decided that they're gonna pretend to handicap him in some way. Like, that's my favorite thing. Is they're like it's like a common thing, right? To have a character who is super strong, but they're handicapped by the series in some way. But like, this guy's handicap literally never comes up nor matters.
Right. That's where it's because again, going back to like the Mary Sue conflict flaws thing, it's like a flaw doesn't matter if it's not really meaningful or doesn't have a noticeable effect.
God.
And in Tatsuya's case, like the noticeable effect is that he has to deal with the sort of classism or whatever the fuck the elitist, you know.
To give an example, it's not exactly the same, but I think it's similar. Let me know if you agree with this. Is like, I think that any devil fruit in One Piece, everyone has the same weakness of being weak to water. And in One Piece, that is substantial because most of the world is water, right? Connecting.
Yeah,
with,
I mean, but the other thing with devil fruit is but at a certain point that stops mattering a lot because like Luch even says it's really not that big of a weakness, but individual fruits have weaknesses. Big Mom is a character who she's so powerful, her not being able to swim doesn't really matter, and she has ways to circumvent that with flying on Zeus and stuff. But Brooke, who is not an emperor, is able to fight her in a way no one else can because of the unique relationship between the devil fruit. Mr. 3 is a punk ass bitch, but he could still stop Magellan and give him pause, even though he's a really strong character. That's because the power system has meaningful effects and weaknesses even outside of the water, that it's able to do this kind of stuff. And it usually has some logical sense. Rubber can be cut, but it can't be smashed. That kind of stuff. But yeah, even the water is at least at the start of story, especially and Luffy falls in the water all the fucking time. So yeah.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. One Piece would have been better is if the devil fruit users, when they go in the water, and they're like, I got wet. Ew, gross. And they still had their powers. They just went, ew, gross. My clothes are a little heavier because they're soaked with water.
I want to walk around the school carrying water and be like, oops, I splashed on her tits. I can see her underwear now.
Oh my god, no!
What school are you going to go into?
The first high school.
The first grade? First grade?
I'm a teacher now.
First grade classroom. What?
There's no school you can go into that does not
Vindy, come here. Vindy, come here. Vindy, come here. We gotta get away from him. We gotta fucking report him to somebody.
We gotta make sure that he can't go anywhere near anything that's city building that starts with S.
Yeah.
He's gonna just fucking go off.
Man, he's...
Look,
he's never
it's
gonna
the
go to
only
Shell
thing I
gas
have in the
station.
show. Let me have this.
Oh my
Have
God.
what?
He said, let me have the children, is what he said.
Well, you said no things with the S, so I can't.
No, I'm okay with you wanting to have sex with these 2D characters. You can't just say you're gonna go into a school and start throwing water on girls.
This is so problematic. I don't know. This is no. Craftsdwarf.
You're 45.
Craftsdwarf. So anyway, he has a Tatsuya. It's also established from early on that Tatsuya has a unique CAD, which is actually, CAD is actually a program used for like architecture and stuff like that, like designing buildings. But in this situation, it's actually a magic device, And Tatsuya's is a gun. His CAD is a gun because he's so cool, and you have two of them.
But with a gun. That's what they show. That's the question.
Vindy. He have two gun.
What if you had Jesus with gun, but then you add gun?
So then apparently, like the one lolly with sizable titties is like, I think she does. I don't even remember at this point. But she's like,
what do you mean lolly? What?
Opie lolly.
The lollies don't show up until the movie.
Opie lollies aren't real. I actually just firmly would like.
I mean, no one cares about real people, human beings. They're disgusting. All of them.
God.
We're not talking about 3D PD Craftsdwarf and how true it is.
Anyway, so like she's like, aha, that's a Taurus Silver CAD. That's crazy.
Oh, I know what lolly you mean. Yeah, the school. There's the student council one. Okay, now I understand.
Yeah, and then he go like, yes, me Taurus Silver, me inventor, because apparently he's actually the Steve Jobs of war. And it's like, oh my god, Taurus Silver is with us. Maybe he can help us with the engineering in our school. Oh my god, oh, he's so cool. And then he fucking joins like the disciplinary, like whatever, the police. He joins the police, ACAB, and
it's
like,
the other way around actually. Actually, no one knows he's Silver Taurus. Like, the lolly figured it out, but it hasn't like
watched the show.
Oh yeah, no, but then she tells him later on. Then they all find out.
That hasn't happened.
Oh, well, I don't even know anymore at this point.
I don't think you watched the show.
Well,
you just read the wiki.
Craftsdwarf.
Vindy,
let me tell you.
I'm right, aren't I? He just read the wiki.
Why do you think he was talking about being on the wiki?
No,
yeah, why do you think he likes it? Because he didn't have to fucking sit through this slow-ass bullshit.
I established
bullshit.
Craftsdwarf. I established at the beginning of this podcast that I don't watch Mahouka. I turn it on, I stare at the screen, and I just start laughing. That's how it works. But anyway, I actually did watch this show when it started airing. Like, when it was airing, I was watching it.
And that was the last time he watched it.
Just episode 1. He hasn't watched past that.
He's laughing because it's true.
You're just such an asshole, you know that? You're just such an asshole.
Well, look,
you're
like,
all just being such assholes.
When you watch the fucking Vatican show and you legitimately didn't understand what happened last episode, like, you opened yourself up to being bullied.
You know what?
Like, at least I was transparent about not understanding or caring about Fire Force.
You blooms can't bully a weed like me. According to the laws of Mahouka, the weeds who just happen to hang around Tatsuya and Shiba just fucking are actually just more powerful than the rest of the cast. That's just how it works here. Listen, the system just can't measure my actual skills. Alright, dude? God,
what are you talking about?
Is it not hilarious that, like, so they have all the other weed people in the weed class, right? They have, like, Erika Chiba and Leo, right? And you're like, haha, we are weeds. They are weeds. Look at them. They suck. And then it's actually, like, Erika's just, like, master swordswoman, able to beat, like, most wizards or magicians or whatever the fuck they are. And then Leo's like, aha, my power may be hard. I make hard. Make fist hard. Me punch you, you die. And it's like, and they're like stronger than most people. And it's like, then what the fuck is the bloom and weed system? What are they measuring? Is it only magic output? Why does this fucking matter? And then there's the dude who like communicates with the spirits. He uses traditional spirit magic, outdated because it's not like on an iPhone. And he's actually still stronger than everybody because he have funny spirit magic. It's like,
yeah, well, like, because I just kind of realized is like, because you especially when you mention like, oh, his talent is unmeasurable, and it's like, well, my first thought was Saitama and One Punch Man, but like the difference with there is like, very few people like want to recognize like Saitama. Everyone just kind of like closes their eyes, or at least, and the systems just don't even understand. Like he's never recognized for it, so that's part of the. So it creates a conflict. And
part of the point of One Punch Man is just that he's so much stronger that like it's become boring.
That is immeasurable, yeah.
right?
Right.
And like
So,
the fun that he had being a hero is taken from him because he's just so fucking.
yeah, but with
insane
Tatsuya, it's
strong.
like, oh, you're this shitty weed, but then like in episode 1, he's already being like by within the first 2 episodes, he's already being recognized, and it's like, yeah, we want to change stuff, so we're not going to explore the flawed system for very long because we already all want change, and we're going to recognize you, and like again, it just removes the conflict.
I also think part of the problem, right, is that like the series treats like the conflicts he's going into as something that are very like the series doesn't act like going into it Tatsuya's just gonna smash him and it's gonna be over right then, right? But then that's what happens every time.
Like, and then it asks us to be the surprised, I guess, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like with One Punch Man.
Like that's probably why I wasn't into it, because it's like it really quickly. Like I kind of already knew it was Gun Jesus, so I just expected him to just be great at everything and have the giantest dick, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So how can I be like the one time that it actually got to me was in like the last episode where it's like Shiba Tatsuya has this one godly power, and I'm just kind of like one. Because they were brought up the healing and how this is amazing. Like he can reconstruct
now he's got
things
two,
and bring
homie.
Like he can damn near bring people back from the dead, and like this is this. And I'm like, wait, just this one is his awesome power. Just this one, not anything else that he can do. Like what?
The problem with that is like on top of that, there's like this level of God, I almost don't know how to say. It's like, you know, when you have something like One Punch Man, right? It's like, you know, going in, if Saitama shows up, the enemy's just fucked. Right, so a lot of the conflict comes from other characters fighting, right, or inner conflict within Saitama. But that's not what this show ever does with this conflict.
Well, Vindy.
Right? It's always external conflict, and then Tatsuya just fucks this shit up, right? And it's like, oh, wasn't that external conflict so crazy? Let's go to the next external conflict.
Vindy,
haha. Like, I'm sorry.
Here's what's omega hilarious about it, though. The meme I keep spouting is that like the Bloom and Weed system is the funniest shit about this entire show because like even if Tatsuya's not there, Tatsuya's not here to do anything. The fact that Erica, Leo, and the dude with the talismans and shit is also just stronger than most wizards in general, and like they're able to come in just like be like an entire force by themselves is the funniest thing ever. Because even then, it's like if One Punch Man had these characters, had like Genos, and Genos was just like slightly weaker, like only like a little bit weaker than Saitama. And it's like, oh no, Saitama's not here. The second strongest guy is here though. Oh my bad. Fuck. Oh dude, what are we gonna fucking do? It's like it's like why even bother? Why even bother like feeling like anybody's gonna be, because Miyuki's there, and apparently Miyuki's just fucking like, you know, Iceman from X-Men, who's like fucking like just freeze everything.
No, when they were going through the school festival and they were just fucking like I don't think there's an even fight in the entire series. Like, no, there every single fight is a stomp, and it's not even fair.
And
it's just so and like it gets old, and I'm just like, yeah, I wonder who. Oh, yep,
every single
quick.
Character in the main cast is established as the strongest people in the fucking universe, and it's like, why do I care? Why do I care about anything that's happening? It's just, these people are just gonna win regardless, and they're gonna be like, Tatsuya, you're so
like
cool.
The conflict in the sports festival isn't even like, oh man, we need to win. It's like, you know, our victory isn't secure yet. We need to make sure we have a secure victory. Like, we need to make sure we absolutely can't lose. Like it's they're already fucking ahead and kicking everyone's dick in. It's
it's so stupid. And then like the dude with the gun, right? The guy whose gun is red because he murdered lots of people, and he's like, me fights, me kill, me violent, and then he gets fucking Tatsuya just snaps in his ear a little bit, and he falls over. He gets knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what we're saying right now could be simplified.
Oh, that one actually made me mad because, like, this dude was in the first opening. I'm like, oh man, maybe this guy, they're building up someone. He's like, rival to Tatsuya. And then, like, the fight was just nothing. And I'm like, you built up this motherfucker for 18 episodes. And then he just gets shit on. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's so funny, though.
Right.
It's so funny. Okay, so I think more apt comparisons that you guys have. Saitama's not really... One Punch Man's not really a fair comparison. There are a couple, like, we're like... Okay, so how much do you guys know about Index?
I've seen the first season of Index and the first season of Railgun.
Never touched any of it.
Index is really good. You guys should get into it. But
like,
like,
watch it for the Weeb Club, bitch.
Woo. So like one of the characters is Accelerator. Accelerator is this dude. He's the number one to Esper in all of Academy City.
Is he number 2?
No, he's number 1. He's the strongest.
Okay.
And like, his ability is literally vectors, meaning anything with a direction, he can manipulate that direction. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's sunlight, even like fucking god powers, the man just, if it has a direction, he can make it, like, manipulate it to as well. And that's how we start the show. That's how we start with him. But the show makes a workaround because he starts out as an antagonist. But Kamijo Otoma, the main character, his right hand can negate anything. Literally anything. So he's the only one who beats, fucking Accelerator. Because he's the only one who has the funny right hand. And somewhere along the line, Accelerator has a limiter put on his ability. Where, like, he loses some of his, like, calculating ability. To where that he needs, like, a battery or something to use his powers. So he's still number one most powerful Esper in Academy City. But he has a little bit of a handicap, and the handicap has a time limit, so he has to resort to, like, using other means. So, like, that's actually smart the way they go about it, because the fucking limiter means something. He can't fight to his full ability at all times because he's either a cripple or he is the number one strongest Esper in Academy City. Another fair comparison to Mahouka is a show that I'm probably going to pick because I've been really want to rewatch it for a long time. It's Rocket Eye Kishino Cavalry, or Chivalry of a Failed Knight, which is literally just Mahouka but better.
Well,
because
it's also a little Astro Square but better, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Look,
Dude, Craftsdwarf and I are on, like, the same fucking wavelength
Look,
tonight.
the Astro Square wishes it was as good as Mahouka. What? Anyway,
by the way, my next long pick is the Astro Square. We should watch it at some point, but
we should, because
I'd be down to. I would
it's
be
nothing.
down. Look, that could be another thing we add to, like, that list of a bunch of things we want, like with the Dogakobo, and it's just add a bunch of
we have the list of, like, stuff.
adaptations.
Well, there's a lot. I think maybe Astro Sword. Well, because that'd be one. WattheWut's watched it, but it's like that's the list of, like, things where we didn't like and what want to try and give it another shot, like Review Starlight kind of. But where Astro Sword, I don't really expect any of us to like it.
No.
But
Girls aren't even hot. Girls aren't even hot.
Fed.
No, they're like actually just.
I've only seen Digi talk about it, dude. I could pop off for some Astro Square.
Anyway, Rocket Eye Kishino Cavalry does the same thing Mahouka does, where it has, like, the system of, like, it has the rankings of the students, right? But in this case, the main character actually just has no magical powers, right? He just doesn't. But he makes up for it with martial arts ability, right? So it factually is.
So basically, it's literally like what Tatsuya. He's basically what Tatsuya is, like, supposed to be, but kind of better.
It's a power not measurable by the system because the system's not primed to measure martial arts talent. It's only able to measure, like, magical abilities,
right? Which is, like, kind of what Mahouka is trying to do, but, like, utterly fails at because again, I don't even think, like, it spends so much time talking about the rules, but also, like, they tend to get broken. So it's like I don't even really understand the mechanics and what they're supposed to be in service to, aside for, like, I think we were talking about before, and it's like they mostly establish the rules so that they can be broke. Like, literally the episode, they're like, man, did you know there's these 3 problems with magic that haven't been solved yet? And then Tatsuya's like, LOL, I figured out flight, guys. I figured out one of the unsolvable problems. Like, that fucking episode. Like,
no. That wasn't even the limit of that. When the man comes out with Iron Man suits and has a bunch of them and put the flight modules in them, and they were just flying around like a bunch of Iron Men, that was the funniest thing. That was great. I love it. And it looks so bad in the opening too. The second opening, he's just flying around in his CG Iron Man armor. It's like the funniest shit ever. I lose it. There was, so want to talk about the rules? The politics of this show make no fucking sense. Do you remember in the movie?
Okay.
Do you remember in the movie where they fucking broke into a government? They were like, "Oh, we let this secret government like asset escape," and, like, regardless of, like, if they're breaking the law or whatever, they're going outside of anyone's jurisdiction. In any other show, they would approach that more with, like, oh, regardless of whether or not this is legal or not, the fact that this is happening at all means that somebody's allowing it. And we can't just rush in and do something about it. We have to be smart. Like, either that or it's a show like Fairy Tail or, like, Black Clover where they don't give a fuck and they just break in anyway because they're going to deal with the consequences later. It's like they just break in and then the government's just like, yeah, good job, Tatsuya. blow up the lab. Blow up the lab. And the kids are like, yes, we will do it. Who cares? You know? And it's like, okay. Like, the movie, literally, I watched that shit at 4 times speed. And somehow, the characters were moving. I felt like the characters were moving at, like, normal speed.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I watched the fucking movie at 4 times speed.
Watched it at 2 times speed, boys. Let's fucking go.
Cowards. Listen to these fucking cowards. They're like, haha, man, Mahouka's so wacky, so funny. Won't even watch it at the normal speed.
Craftsdwarf, listen to me.
Like, no wonder they had enjoyment out of it. I just watched it at normal speed, and I have to go through this fucking slog.
I watched the show.
Craftsdwarf.
No,
I don't believe you. You're both.
Shut up, Craftsdwarf. Let me explain why. I watched the show at normal speed. You know why?
Yeah, I do
can't do 2 times speed on Crunchyroll. But you know what I can do when I have to download a shithole movie because neither Crunchyroll nor Netflix, which both have the show, don't have. I have the luxury of going
I have
faster.
a question for you, Vindy.
So, because I watched it all on Crunchyroll, I had to watch the show at normal speed. Just the movie, I didn't care.
Vindy,
y'all are toxic.
Is it me?
Because it's getting readapted anyways, okay?
Vindy.
What?
Was it me? Or, like, when you were watching the movie at 2 times speed?
Too slow.
Was it, like, it
Too
was
slow.
still moving too slow?
I liked it more than the series because it was one novel in, like, an hour and a half instead of one novel in, like, 8 episodes. So it was still faster.
It was, like, it was somehow still slow.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was still slow. It could have been, like, an hour, I think,
The subtitles were still on there for so long, and I had that shit sped up.
Dude, I could have played a game while watching the movie at 2 times speed and gotten everything.
Like, the characters were moving sometimes, and I felt like they were moving how, like, a normal anime would have the characters move, like, just walking cycles.
The only time I felt like I had to slow it down to 1 time speed was when they were in the bathhouse. The rest of the time, I had that bitch in 2 times. Why do I want to miss if titties showed up?
Man, there's a lot of ass shots in this movie, too. Like, when
there were a lot of ass shots.
They focused on Erica's shorts, and it was, like, the greatest shit ever.
It's kind of Chadley.
Kind of Chadley.
Kind of goated.
And then Craftsdwarf saw the lolly and was like, yes.
I mean, the lollies weren't good.
I'm curious what makes a good lolly. I'm going to ask you someday.
Yeah, tell us what a good lolly is.
These weren't. The ones in this show, in the movie, weren't hot.
I'm not asking him now what. I'm going to ask him asking him off
also,
the record.
I'm not
even fucking. I won't be recording. I'm just curious what Crafts thinks a good lolly. Because every time we want to give him shit, he's like, well, these lollies weren't good. Well, what is a good lolly? I'm curious. But I can't ask that now.
They have to be hot. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Ilya.
I don't know what Crafts considers a hot lolly.
Windy.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright, I'll take it.
Can we talk about how that surfboarding shit in the school festival was the
I don't
dumbest
want to
shit
talk
ever?
about this show anymore. Can we end this fucking
Can we talk
episode?
about how that surfboarding shit was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life? And then, like, and the entire conflict was, haha, funny, like, weird magic wave hurt her ankle a little bit, and now she can't be, like, in the race, so they had to, like,
the sports festival was shitty and boring, and who cares? I think the only thing I've left to say about the show is,
do you love the... Do you love how like the outfits they wore? Like, it's so funny, the outfits they were wearing. At any other show would just have the people wear like sports outfits, but these motherfuckers had them wearing like fairy outfits, like super fetishy outfits for every single event, and it was actually the funniest shit in the universe. Like, the characters are fucking cosplaying to shatter ice pillars. It was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so dumb. And then, like, the war bit, like the fucking last arc of the show, where they're like, Tatsuya, can you help us make funny arc reactor? And he go, haha, me secretly Tori Silver, but me, yes, will help you. And then he do, and then someone wants to steal the arc reactor or something, and then, like, they have a giant war, but it doesn't matter because every single member of the main cast is just an entire army by themselves, so why does it matter? And then, look, the funniest scene ever is when Tatsuya fucking gets shot by a sniper rifle. He dies, gets shot by the sniper rifle, and then teleports behind the dude and then just kills him. Just gets back up. Bitch just gets back up. and then like he does all this shit, and then like they're like, wow, he's Jesus, and then Miyuki goes, no, he secretly feels all the pain. You don't see it on his face. Like, she literally says, you don't see it on his face. And I'm like, oh shit, well then how the fuck am I supposed to know he's actually feeling the pain? So did you know that because he's a modified magician, that actually they removed all of his emotions except for one?
The fact that he wants to bang his sister, yeah.
Yes. And do you want to know what I read on the wiki that was something else?
Was that intentional?
Vindy. So apparently in the light novels, Yuki gets nominated as the next successor of the Shiba family.
Oh,
and then Tatsuya is her fiance.
Oh, good for them. Happy for him.
And then apparently in the wiki had to detail this out for me. There's a scene where Tatsuya was so insecure about like his focus and leaving Miyuki alone that he was uneasy because she might be in danger. So he had her undress into her underwear and sit on his lap and be with him at all times so that he could feel secure about her being gone. So Vindy, if there is in the light novel that they solved the key behind incest, it might just actually be true, because the fact that the story unironically said we are going to have these two characters be engaged canonically, and like that's the entire thing. She says she confesses her feelings to him, says I love you to him, and he goes, right now I only think of you as a sister, but eventually I will grow to love you more.
That's me and you, but right now I only see you as a podcast host.
Also, also Miyuki. Erica. You know Erica, the red-haired girl?
Yeah, the hot one.
The one who also wants to fuck her brother.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the show, and it's super. So I remember watching the show, and it's super obvious that her and like Leo are should have been together, right? Because it's so obvious that like that's what usually they would do. Turns out she actually is in love with Tatsuya, just like every other female character this entire fucking show, but she doesn't admit it, and she actually holds her feelings deep down inside because.
I assume it's the same with the glasses girl and the one fuckboy. Yeah,
I think so. Actually, no. I have to check that one just to make sure, because maybe
that was the only other kind of like pairing, like because Chiba, or and the red haired girl with the one dude, and then the glasses girl with the other dude. But
it legitimately doesn't make any sense, and I don't understand why. I don't get it. I don't get it. Also, God, I think the wiki made sure to let me know this. It said that Miyuki starts off with a very slender and but not too let me read.
Does the wiki tell you that she gets fat? I'm sorry. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
No. It describes to you that
fat as the series goes, or that her ass gets fat.
Voluptuous, like she has more curves.
Oh, her tits grew. Okay.
Okay, let me read you this shit. It's actually
you know what pisses me off about Mahouka really quickly?
What?
That all the doujins are either Tatsuya and his sister or Tatsuya and the president, and there's no good Erika doujins, and I'm just like sitting here like, I just want good Erika doujins.
I love that the wiki
the hottest girl in the show, but you're just gonna give me like 10 out of 10 doujins of like Tatsuya and his sister, but like I don't want the sister.
Vindy.
I want like Erika, and the doujins are shit for this series.
Vindy. So the wiki first of all specifies that she's she's his biological sister. Make sure you know that.
Right. Well, no, I knew they were blood related. That was like obvious, right?
No. But it does this a lot. So like, hold on. Is this just? This is. I'm on the. Yeah. Okay. Listen to this. This is the appearance and personality section of the wiki, right? Miyuki is described as a lovely, beautiful girl who captivates whoever sets their eyes on her. Her arms and legs are slim, slender without looking too unhealthy. It was mentioned by Mayumi that the number of perfectly symmetrical features in Miyuki was overwhelming to the point that her confidence in herself wavered. This might be caused by her magic prowess, which is very formidable and greatly balanced. Miyuki has noted that her features are not entirely similar to that of her family. Her figure has become more defined and curvaceous over her first 2 years at Magic High, and has much more mature appearance by her last year at First High.
So you're telling me that she got hotter? You're telling me that by the time season 2 starts, if she doesn't have bigger tits...
I mean, I felt like she had bigger tits in the movie, which is supposed to take place even after season 2, so...
Well, potentially, they could just skip the light novels that they already skipped. We don't know what's going on, Craftsdwarf. I'm not reading the light novels from Mahouka.
Shut up. The affection that Miyuki has for Tatsuya goes beyond that of sibling love. Miyuki is romantically in love with her brother, but acknowledges that they could not be together in that way. She laments that even though she was satisfied to be his little sister, she had cursed the fact that they are related by blood. Still, Miyuki shows signs of trying to win over the heart of her brother. For Miyuki, being in Tatsuya's arms is the most natural thing for her. That being in his arms is where she belonged. Miyuki is much more daring when it comes to her clothing when she is alone with Tatsuya. This is
there was one episode where she came out. It looked like she had a naked apron, but she didn't. But I was like, oh, and that was almost like the next best scene in the show after the tits. But she wasn't actually naked. So
if only.
This is one of my favorite paragraphs in the entire thing. Miyuki is appalled and disgusted at the thought of being touched by any other male aside from Tatsuya. Aside from dancing and social functions, the thought of another boy touching her repulses her. For Miyuki, her entire body, heart, and soul is to your Tatsuya alone.
1 second. Miyuki, Mahouka, Mind Break, Dojo.
I love Craftsdwarf. He's such a Chad.
I can't stand you, dude. Wait, so like the section between like Tatsuya and like and Yuki is way longer on his page, right? So wait, what the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Oh yeah, no, it's way longer here. Let me read you this one.
What? If you're just gonna start reading the fucking wiki for this series,
this is the last one.
Episode
this is the last
over.
one.
Damn, I remember moment.
No, this is the last one. It's so funny.
Did you just say that out loud on recording?
I didn't say it.
I came to mind.
So listen,
I just blurted it out.
Tatsuya's peculiar.
Jail. Holy shit!
Listen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope he's stopped, but like.
No, one more. Just listen to this. You have to. Okay, so once at home, Tatsuya asked Miyuki to take a bath and come down to his lab late at night in either her nightgown or a swimsuit. Miyuki complied, and once at the lab, Tatsuya revealed that he couldn't use elemental sight at full power unless he removed the half of it dedicated to observe her at all times. And he did not feel at ease at all about doing so, even though Miyuki was physically present in front of him. Miyuki reassured him that she was here and safe with him, and that he shouldn't worry about that. Tatsuya acknowledged that, but still felt uncomfortable. He said that he would go crazy if he removed his elemental sight on Miyuki. Therefore, he asked her to help him calm down and held her in his lap while he tracked down his target. And the image they have here.
Okay, is this the last thing?
Is this?
This art is terrible. Is this in the light novel?
Yeah, it's not even very good, right?
This entire thing is just a meme. This entire show is just a meme. I don't believe this thing was made on purpose. I believe this show is a meme. This light novel is a meme. There's no way. It's so funny. Look, the fact that the wiki is this detailed, it's more detailed than the Sword Art Online wiki when it comes to this shit.
Like
I
this,
don't understand.
if this is the fucking light novel art, this is fucking terrible. I'm appalled. Literally get any of the fucking artists that have drawn doujins of this girl, and they could do 10 times better. Like, oh my god. People bought that.
It's weird. It's funny because people say like, "Oh, LN sometimes only get popular because of the art," but then here you have a popular LN. The writing isn't good. The art isn't good. How the fuck is it popular? Why do people like? I guess the answer because like I was I just logged the movie on Letterboxd because of course, and in one of the reviews, someone mentioned I guess it was shown in theaters, and like they mentioned that there was a lot of middle schoolers dragging their parents to go see it. Because like they went,
dude, imagine being a parent of a middle schooler and they drag you to see this movie where there's just like bare ass titties in it.
There weren't, but there was swimsuits.
There were bare ass titties. What are you talking about?
What?
When they're in the fucking bath and you actually just straight up see the one girl's tits? I'm sorry, Craftsdwarf, did you watch the movie? Because I did it 2 times speed and I saw her tits.
I see this.
I don't remember when that was.
Oh my god, am I gonna have to go through my movie screenshots and look for the fucking tits because you're a mongoloid?
I see this.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm having to fucking do this. It's when they're in the bath with the lolly.
Oh, I didn't see their tits.
And with that,
I'm going to get the screenshot. It's right here. I'm literally at the scene. I'm literally there. I'm literally going to get the screenshot right now.
Yeah, you have the fucking time code written down. You're ready.
Dude, I've mentioned it before, dude. If
God,
it happened
okay,
while
what
it was
is the
hard, I'll
name?
never forget.
Mahouka pillar thing. I don't even fucking...
Here it is,
yeah.
here it is, here it is.
This is...
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Why did they do this? Why were they wearing cosplay?
Okay, it's steamy, okay? It is steamy. It is a little foggy. But you can goddamn see areola, and you can goddamn see nipple there. Okay? They're visible.
Why were they wearing cosplay?
Better go rewatch that scene. I mean, what?
I'm never wrong.
Why were
Especially
they
not when it
wearing
comes to
cosplay?
I don't care. Can we be done?
Why
Can we
were
be
they
done?
Wearing...
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say aside from another, like, just, you know, shut the fuck up, what? Well, because, I don't know, like, the end of this first season made me a little interested because it's like, oh, you know, how the world sees magicians has completely changed because of what happened at the end of the series with Tatsuya being the biggest dick, and I kind of like, oh, maybe it's actually going to do something with it, what it's kind of like. All these kids are, they're being trained to be soldiers, and like, but then it's like, oh well, they've already fought, and like they were fighting in season 1 in like serious situations, so you know, it's not going to be some like eye-opening thing for them. And I don't know. Again, with just how the series has handled things so far, there's not going to be a conflict, so it's like, well, never mind. That was an idea I had. And it's like, whatever. Let's make it. Final thoughts.
Oh, thank
Go.
fucking God.
Me. Give it a 3 out of 10. It's just it's so obnoxiously boring that I can't, like, a 4 is usually my score for like it's boring, but this is just like really boring. It's so boring it became frustrating. And no, it was never funny. There were tits.
So
that's the only thing that's saving it from being a 2.
10 out of 10.
And-
Let's fucking go.
And just like another thing that made me mad is like I just.
How does Krause say
it's
tits
fucking
are the thing that stopped it from being a 2 when he didn't even notice the tits, but I did?
Oh, there was still the big titty girl from
Sounds
episode
like
1.
we know who the real Mahouka fan is.
I didn't say naked tits. I just said tits and girls. There were girls with tits. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I hate the fact that I'm gonna have to fucking watch this shit weekly because what's fucking scumbag, shitty, poison, toxic
It's so good,
piece
though.
of shit.
It's
We're gonna
so
fucking watch
fucking
season 2 on the Weeb
trash.
Club.
So good,
That's why
though.
we're recording this at this.
It's so good, though.
All right, I'm done.
Oh my god, Vinny, if we have to remind you to fucking go with your
I'm
phone again.
typing, okay? Give me a second. The show's a 4 out of 10. It's boring. It's nothing. But also the girls are kind of cute. But it's a 4, okay? Nothing left to say. Fucker.
White woman spotted. So, I have this score. I went and rewatched this show. When I first watched this show back in the year it came out, I gave this shit, when it was done, when I finished those 24 episodes, and I sat back, and I sat in my chair, and with my dick out, I said, damn, that was terrible. That was awful. Now, usually you would think of this score I'm about to give it as a score you would give to something appalling, something irreparably bad. But see, here's the thing. This show mind breaks me. I can't even watch it without just wanting to die and like laughing. It's just every time it's my reaction. So I gave it a 1.
You didn't talk about it like it was a 1. At least not how I'd give a 1.
Listen, it's the only it's the one show where like any praise I give it is like ironic and like it's just I don't even know how to feel about it. I don't even know what I'm feeling when I'm watching. I just know that it's something is happening in my brain. My neurons are indeed firing when the show is happening. And I have to say, the show happens. You do not watch it. The show happens. That's yes. And I can't wait for them to be super xenophobic.
I can't wait to be super
I can't wait for it. I can't wait for them to adapt the arc where these two finally fuck and then say incest while Sweet Home Alabama plays in the background. I can't fucking wait for it.
All right, are we done?
Are you done?
I've been done, dude. I've been wanting this to finish.
Are you done?
Let me see how long I've been fucking done for. It was like 13 minutes and 50 seconds. Don't ask why I have that specific of a time because I'm not going to explain it. But if you know, you fucking know.
Oh, he was jacking off.
I shouldn't say because it's not going to be good.
You tell us, Mindy. Tell us. Tell us, Mindy. Why don't you tell us?
Because that time
Mindy.
ago, I decided I was done, so I've had my desktop audio muted, and I've been streaming. So chat's been hearing for the last 15 minutes just what I contribute to the Weeb Club and nothing else.
Yeah, it's so funny, Vindy. You're so funny.
God damn it.
But, like, I haven't said, like, anything. Like, they're getting mad because I'm, like, not talking and shit. That's
Hold
so
on,
funny,
hold
though.
Look,
you
I'll
couldn't
forgive
listen-
you
no,
if you
they
show
can't
this on
hear
your
you.
stream.
They cannot hear you. I have my computer audio
No,
muted.
I'll forgive you, Vindy. Okay, I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I'm saying I'll forgive
Okay.
you, Vindy. I'll forgive. Why won't this load? Fine. I'll let you live. I'll let you live.
That's
What
so
the fuck?
funny, though. How are you gonna be upset with me? That's fucking hilarious. I can't
this
show
on
that
your
on my
stream right
stream.
now.
I'll get banned.
Blur it with something funny.
Fine, I'll just show it. There it is. Right there. That's what you wanted me to show.
White woman spotted.
Alright, thank you for listening. I'm gonna go fucking end the recording, send the audio to what, and then fucking kill myself so I don't have to watch more Mahouka.
Good.
Thank God, finally, he's gone from this world.
Adios, gentlemen.
Goodbye.